currently in Bali right now, 1:35 a.m., but the work has got to get done. This video is a live call review of one of our closers in the program called Masri. He's on a B2B offer. It's an app development company. He's currently doing 5K a month as a remote closer. He's new to the game, so let's get into it.
Well, no, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you. Where are you based?
I'm based in North London.
Nice, North London. Do you support Arsenal?
No,
Oh no.
I support a team in South London.
Oh no.
Tottenham is North London. I'm down.
Oh yeah.
Southwest. Chelsea.
No. I'm an Arsenal fan. That's why.
It's all right. You guys are doing all the right things, so I'm not a hater.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time. I must say, as you know now, nice to meet you. And I'll just give you a quick introduction.
Yeah. So the start, bro. Stop saying thank you for taking time to get on this call.
Yeah.
You booked into your calendar. This is your call. So as soon as this call starts, you go straight in it. We've got an hour. I've got another call after this, so let's get into it. This is how the call's gonna go.
Introduction as well.
Authority. Let's say, for example, if you booked in a call with a billionaire, do you think you'll start the call like this? You'd be like, I've got a meeting after this. Let's get into it. Speed.
Yeah.
You're here to build an app for this guy.
So.
Or busy. It's a privilege for him that he's been able to take time out of your day. Have that mindset.
Yes, I must. But who you saw in the ad when you saw the video, that was Francis. So Francis and Eric, they're the co-founders of Keza Studio. They've been developing for over a decade now. But I'm more on the front end here on these conversations. I'm the app consultant. Francis, as you saw him, he's in all the videos. He's like more on the front end of the company itself. He's a UX UI designer as well. Eric, on the other hand, he's a more technical one. So he's always on the back end developing something or making something. So he's the more technical founder. But yeah, always interested to find out what made you book a call.
Over explaining, bro. Just say, I'm Masri, business partners with the guys at Keza Studio. What made you book the call? Because right now, those two guys you mentioned, they're above you. You're a little kid. You they get to do like the side jobs to speak to the people at the front end. Don't let the prospects know that.
Yeah.
I'm business partners with the guys.
What help you were looking for?
Yeah. I have a couple of web ideas, two absolutely completely different ideas, but as you probably might have guessed, this is not my area of expertise, and I've got zero technical competence in this area. And what I wanted to find out what the typical process would look like and what the client journey would be like, and potential costs from your end. So the first idea is, if you could tell from the idea on my thing, I'm into media.
Okay.
And I am looking to I run online community TV channels, and I want to create applications that are complementary to the media platforms that I run. Obviously, we've got ad opportunities that are in video, web-based ads, but I'd also like to add apps that have the potential, that have certain functionalities, i.e. an app where residents can actually watch some of the videos that we've created. So possibly linked to our YouTube channel, which is the platform we used as a repository for all of our videos. And on the back of that, there are also other functionalities that I'd like to have bolted onto that. But I've got no idea how that will work. And so, for example, some of the functionalities I'd like to bolt onto it is, you know how if you live in a borough, are you London based?
I'm actually not even in England right now. I'm in Qatar.
Oh, you're in Qatar. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, it's pretty similar.
But I know what a borough is. Yeah, I've lived in a borough because I lived in Canada for some time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what you have is in each borough, the local authority sometimes will close roads for repairs. They'd have those kind of bits and pieces of information. And more often than not, most residents never get to hear about stuff like that. The first you'd ever hear about it is when the road is actually closed and you're trying to get out. So the idea is to find how we can bolt those bits and pieces of information into kind of like an alert system that potentially would be value added to residents. So, for example, things like, when they have council meetings, if council taxes are going to change, all those little bits and pieces that, if possible, to automate them into alerts. I don't know how that's going to work, obviously, but kind of that's what I'm thinking. So having an app that would be able to do that, have events, ultra local events, activities. So it could be a concert, it could be something for kids, but have them.
Avoid just nodding, bro.
Yeah. Ask question.
Yeah. acknowledge what he's saying and ask questions. Show him that you're the authority. This is my conversation, so I'm gonna stop you here. What do you mean by that? Yeah.
Kind of come up in kind of like an alert system. So I think probably in an app that'll be a notification. So if so that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I just wanted to find out a bit more about how you work, if it's something that you have done before, or even if you've been involved in a similar project. If you have a rough idea of cost, you don't necessarily obviously have to give me all of those bits and pieces now, but just having an idea of how you work and potentially timescales and things like that.
Got you. Okay. Thank you for sharing all of that. So first of all, to answer your questions about how we work, what the client journey looks like, good question. But the way it works is you'll see as we go when it comes to apps and web apps, most of the questions, the answer starts with it depends because of how subjective the development space is. Like,
The problem with that right now is because he waffled so much, you don't know where to start from.
Yeah.
You've lost track of it. That's why you've got to stop him in certain parts of the
Everyone's ideas
conversation.
different. Everyone's starting points are different. Sometimes people come to us, they already have an app, but it's a bit broken on the back end. They need help. Sometimes people have an idea, they only have a front end. They started, with the AI tools, make something on their own, but they got stuck. Everyone's idea is different, like I said. So I saw on the forum that you had mentioned something to do with ancestry and that people.
Oh yeah, that's the second one. Yeah, that's the second one. Yeah.
So an app like that, to build that would obviously be completely different to like someone who wants a cybersecurity app with multi-layered security and all this stuff. So
the headphones need to come off, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna change them.
Headphones, better background. Needs to have that.
Yeah.
When you speak to people on B2B offers, bro, they're scanning the whole thing, seeing is this person authority, is this person competent to do what I need them to do. Right now, let's play Xbox.
Things to just review how we're doing, things like that, where the platform is at, all these details. So it really depends. So that's why we actually have this first call. So you were talking about costs and things like that. All of that stuff is covered in the second call, actually, because in the first call, it's just really to get to know each other, see what you're trying to build. Can we actually help you? Do we both feel like it's a good fit? Then if not, it's okay.
This should have been all said at the start of the call.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this call, this is what's going to happen. I just want to know everything about the app. I can't give you a cost right now. I'll have to speak to my business partners. And on our second call, if we can help you, I'll be able to share with you the investment. Let him know what this call is about.
Yeah. We'll tell you where we can feel like you get that help. If yes, then we have that second call where we go more into detail about like what the collaboration would look like in terms of costs, timelines, how we're going to build it, how we're going to communicate while we build it, all these things. So to be able to help you the best way we can, if we get to that second call, I do have to ask.
He waffles, then you waffled.
Yeah, so waffles just see where we can make it work. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Absolutely.
Yeah, perfect. So I know you said 2 ideas. You just told me about one of them and the other one I saw on the forum. So I was just curious, what made you want to build an app or what? Did the idea come up and that made you want it, or were you just like, I want to build something and then started finding ideas?
Stop explaining why you're asking these questions. It's your call. Yeah. You didn't come into his home and asking him questions. It's your call. This is the question. I don't need to give you my reasons. You're the authority. You're the leader. You're the person that's going to make him build this app, make so much money, show him that you're the shit.
Like, how did it start?
I've always had the idea of, especially the ancestry one. My grandkids are of mixed heritage. And I've always had an idea to build something where something fun. It's kind of like a game, but it's like, have you ever heard of, I'm sure you might have seen those trivias where they ask you questions and stuff like that, just to keep them, but mine is more around, ancestry and culture to kind of help them understand their culture better, have a better idea of their ancestry as well. So in there, it would have like a family tree, but it would also be able to do like a trivia as well, where something fun like that.
It's your call, bro. It's your call, bro. Don't talk into him.
We can do it together.
I can see you now.
To judge their knowledge about their ancestry, culture and stuff like that. So that's the second idea. That one was just on the back of coming from a big family where when you've got grandkids and you then all of a sudden you've got in-laws and stuff like that, and you want to know as much as possible about your heritage from both sides of your parents. So that's the idea that I've had that at the back of my mind. But I also realized that I've spoken to a few people and they're kind of like, oh, that's kind of neat because I know a lot about my dad's side, but I've got no idea about my mom's side and things like that. And I thought, okay, that might be something that potentially could have some commercial value as well. So I'm looking to explore, but obviously it's looking at how
Okay.
I've got no idea. Is it doable?
I'm gonna see if you do it first.
I don't mind if it's just something that stays 100% within my family.
Yeah,
It's just a fun thing to have. But
Yeah.
also the commercial side of it, obviously, I can look a bit more into that.
Yeah.
In terms of obviously where the app will sit, downloads, updates, and stuff like that. I'm guessing you'd be able to even advise more on stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but those are the two. Those are the two ideas
We're so eager to ask your next question. You can tell.
that I've got in mind.
Yeah, I'm
And,
waiting for him to finish.
I'm
so I
just
can say what I want
I'm
to say.
guessing that the developmental process will be slightly different because they're absolutely two different two different ideas. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
when it comes to sorry to interrupt you, but when it
No,
comes
no,
to
no.
development, it's
Sorry for interrupting. It's your call.
it's not a matter of if it's possible, especially in today's world. It's just a matter of how, really. You know,
Okay.
like
Rapport. Okay. You don't build rapport by asking what football team do you support. Chelsea, I thought it's Arsenal. You build rapport by finding out his why to build this app. He knows his dad's side, but he doesn't know his mum's side. Okay. So what do you know about your dad's side then? After you've done the history. Oh, Masri, this is what I found out. No. So is it now
yeah,
important
I see.
mum's side? That
Okay,
is where you
okay.
build rapport. That is where you build trust.
If you can, when it comes to development, if you can imagine it, you can do it. It's just about how. There's always different ways to do it, like depending on the timelines, the budget we're working with, all these details, and what the goals are. So it's definitely possible. But what I'm curious about is, like you said yourself, the ideas are two completely different, right? So you work, like you have work experience in the media and things like that, and one of them is kind of related to that and goes hand in hand with it, and the other one's just completely separate. So I was wondering, what is your goal behind building something? Is because they're two completely different directions. One I can see being more like commercially focused and more on your career, focused around your career and things like that, and one is just like it would be nice to also monetize it, but I wouldn't mind having it just for me and my family. So you see, they're like two different directions. So what is the
absolutely.
So I get where you are now, but where are you trying to go? Like, what is the goal behind building something? If one, if there isn't one, it's okay. But I'm just wondering if you had one. The fuck was that? I don't need you to tell me about that one. That one, yeah.
Yeah, you're watching that, you're thinking, that's not me. It's like, it's AI, isn't it? It's like, this
I'm
is like
actually
AI
like,
movement.
this is
Because you know what
like
to
when
do.
I'm on the call, it doesn't feel like I'm messing up this much. This is
Yeah.
mental, yeah.
Because you're rushing, you're not taking time to pause.
Yeah.
Because he said, what's the goals and everything? He told you the goal. Then you say, it doesn't matter if you don't have any goals, but what's the goal?
Yeah, what the fuck is the point of the question then? Yeah. For example, I was speaking to someone earlier and he was like, "Oh, it's for me, this platform is like a stepping stone towards retirement. He wanted to bring in a certain amount of revenue so he can leave his job, things like that." So sometimes people are like, honestly, I just have always been passionate about this idea, and now I feel like it's time to put it out. So for you, is there a certain like goal that you are building something for, or is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. For the media based one,
okay.
The idea is to bolt it on to our media platforms, and it becomes a value driver for that, an additional value. For, say, for example, when we're talking to corporates about advertising, a lot of them are looking at, if we can advertise on your website, we can advertise in videos, we can advertise in your newsletters, and having an app is an additional offering for them.
Give them more exposure through it.
Absolutely, because you will find residents that will not go on our website but download the app, and that will become their engagement channel.
Yes.
They will never go on the website. All their interactions with the channel will be 100% via the app. They will get notifications similar to, because we use YouTube. They once they subscribe, they get notifications when we've got new content created. But we also want to create that additional value, whereby they don't have to go to YouTube. We have an app that they can download, and all of that. It shortens and it diversifies.
Okay, so what will be the result when you give them more value and driving them more and not just focusing on YouTube? Oh, this will happen. Okay, what will be the reflect on that on revenue? That is where you're showing why you're needed.
Yeah, no, I do go into stuff like that a lot later on, but that's the thing, the timing, I leave it to later. Yeah. I realize now that the report is within the discovery, not before
the retirement bit. I absolutely, I love it, because the more people download, that automatically becomes another platform where we can offer advertising as well. So that
which one are we talking about right now?
The retirement one, the family
ancestry.
One. Yeah. So the ancestry one, because we're already in the media space, we can promote that in any of our media platforms. So the same way we do advertising for corporates is the same way we can treat the ancestry app as a client and promote it to the same group of people, to residents. So there's monetization prospect associated with it, but it's also a passion project. Not that the media one isn't, but the media one is more commercially driven. The forefront of it is commercial. But for the ancestry one, it's more driven by passion, and then the commercial side comes into it as well. So it's something that we can easily promote via existing channels that we have, similar to the way any organization, for example, your organization can come to us and say, look, you've got X amount of platforms. Can we promote what we do across your platforms as well? So we'll treat that as a separate business entity, although it's passion driven.
Got you. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so it's like I see. So even though they're completely different ideas, there's still like a common thread of the commercial goal behind either one.
Yes.
But there's a small difference where it's like, yes, there's also passion behind both, but the ancestry one is a bit more like, you know, wholesome, a bit more actually, like you said, on the forefront, a bit more passion based. The other one is more commercially driven.
Yeah.
So if I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but
no,
like,
not at all.
My call. It's my call. I'm gonna ask whatever the fuck I want. I get it.
Yeah, it's your call. It's like imagine I come to your home and you're asking me questions, and then I could say, no, you can't ask me that question. I'm like, get out my house. Your call. You booked into your calendar.
Yeah.
But for you, which one would you say is the priority right now? Because it's not like you have to do one or the other. You can of course do both, but not at the same time. You like to focus on one thing at a time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So for you, which one would you say is the priority?
The media app will be the priority.
The media app for sure,
because it's more commercial and it's added value to what we already do, and it's something that we can bolt it onto our commercial proposition straight away, and it will impact on the value of our company and our bottom line as well. So that's definitely a priority.
Okay, so would you say we can continue the conversation focusing on that lane first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry, I was the one that kind of.
Okay, that was good. That's good.
No, it's always interesting to hear about where the ideas are coming from and things like that. But in the future, that the media platform can then help you make the passion project in a bit more relaxed way, where you're not worried about the commercial side of things. So,
absolutely.
It's just about which one first. It's not like one or the other. But yeah, with the media platform, so I understand that would add value to what you guys are currently doing, and it gives you a bit more leverage and things like that. So, can you walk me through like what the current process, like how the current value that you're offering looks like? So right now, without the media platform that you would build as an app or a web app, what does it currently look like?
Okay, so a lot of what we do, like I said, we're more of a content creation company.
Okay.
So we create mainly community-focused content that we publish on our website, and our repository platform is YouTube, and we embed ads on those, and obviously we're an advertising company as well. So we help businesses, charities, government departments with commercial content that they use in reaching their target clients, which happen to be a majority of the community that we focus on. So that's primarily what we do, and the engagement platforms is obviously through the video contents we create via our website as well. And we also have ancillary assets as well, our social media platforms. We've got our newsletters and stuff like that we also use as part of our group of assets that we use in propositioning potential clients. And that's where the app also comes in, because then we can both an app into that list of propositions that potentially we can use. So on the back of having a conversation with, say, maybe a local charity who wants us to manage, who are thinking about hiring us to manage their comms campaigns, we can say, we can get your message out by our website, our newsletters. We also have text messaging services as well. But having an app as well means that, because a lot of people, app engagement is literally it.
Your neck must hurt you after these calls, bro.
I can tell this is gonna be an inside joke now.
Amazing. That's exactly why I asked you that question, is because even if we are engaging in building just one piece of the puzzle, we still want to know what the whole puzzle is, so we can make sure that piece fits perfectly, right? So it's always good to know that context. But how long? I know you said, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had the ancestry idea. You've always had.
I can just tell you're following a script and a certain steps on questions, because he literally just spoke for about 5 minutes and nothing's been acknowledged.
Yeah.
You just agree, then move on to the next question. Like a job
Yeah.
But
It's
this
not
idea, when did it come about? How long have you had it for?
We've had it for a few years now, but it's one of those ones that it's about, as you know, everything, it's about timing, to see, okay, at what point do we introduce this into the mix? And it's just something I've been thinking about it more now than over the years, thinking, this will
Why is that?
Because there are more opportunities coming up now. And
like what?
Because of those opportunities, you're thinking, and you're looking at, especially when you're looking at competitors as well, and you can see that offering similar things, but you also want to be able to slightly differentiate yourself from them. And a lot of them don't have any apps, both what they do. Some do, but in terms of our primary competitors, they don't. Yeah, so they don't, and that's where I think actually we can use this to kind of push ourselves further up.
Okay,
when it comes to pitching for business, because if you've got all of those platforms and your competitors also have some of those, you'd have to be able to introduce something that you like. the reason we're picking you is because you've got this as well.
Got you.
As-
And just out of curiosity, is this everything we're talking about right now? Is it called Barnet TV?
Yes, it's Barnet TV, but we also have other sister channels as well.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Barnet
So if I'm
TV
referring to it, what am I calling it? Barnet?
Yeah, Barnet TV. Yeah.
There we go. All right. So Barnet TV, I understand what you're saying. It makes complete sense about like giving yourself an edge over
Okay.
competitors, especially because they don't have this piece. They don't have this piece of leverage in the app and things like. So you're saying that doing that would give you like a level up. So
Yes,
that
absolutely.
level up. Let's say we're already there now. Let's say we're in that reality. We're already at the level up. What does that look like for you and Barnet TV?
Oh, more revenue, definitely more revenue. Also, in terms of when we start to pitch for business, it just makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
So that level. Sorry,
Do you have a certain revenue goal?
not just yet. Not just yet. That's why this for me, this is all preliminary.
Question him. You're the authority. So you want to scale?
You don't have a revenue goal? Yeah.
You don't have a revenue goal?
Understood, yeah.
Conversations to see. I'm already kind of doing the maths because we've got to price this into our main pricing framework.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's different from you know the cost of advertising in a video. We've got that cost. We've got the cost of doing an e-shot campaign. We've got the cost of all of those down to a T. But because a lot of our competitors, so we can't even do a competitor analysis because most of our competitors don't even have it. You know, so you can't sneak around and say, hey, I want to advertise in your app. How much is that going to cost? They don't have one.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got to kind of like, okay, how do we navigate this? So we're going to go from, rather than a competitor-driven pricing structure, we have to go on a cost-driven pricing structure and then look at other structures and other frameworks to see, okay, if they're advertising this, we're not quite there yet, or this is our cost, so this is how we're going to position our ads as well, but also doing it in a way that we're also still competitive. But yeah.
Got you. Okay. And back to what you were saying about that level up, how it would like make a world's difference with going to business. Sorry, because I cut you off. Can we go back to that? What does that look like? Because we always want to know. Because so when we build something, we design something, we always are thinking of that end goal in mind, so that it.
You over-explain too much, bro. Because
Yeah.
over-explaining is trying to get validation. You don't need to over-explain anything. You only explain when they say, okay, can you explain that for me? There's no need to over-explain why you're asking a question.
Aligns with that. So what does that look like? Again, sorry, I cut you off in the beginning, but continue from there.
Level up looks like, that, for lack of a better way to phrase it, that competitive edge. That's, for me, that's that one level up. The ability to say kind of like, aha, we've got this, you don't. And also kind of like a first mover advantage as well. So that if we're there already doing it, the level up is everybody has to play catch up. Because in what we do, we already have a certain level of first mover advantage.
Okay.
But we want to maintain that advantage. And the level up is we've got this as well. And you don't. So if we're pitching, we want our potential clients to say to our competitors, well, you don't have this, and they do. So now, essentially making that pitch slightly more challenging for our competitors, if that makes sense. They say, well, you don't have this. And the brilliant thing as well, Masri, is if we do win the contract, it becomes difficult when it comes to renewing a contract to say, well, we're going to take it from you and give it to them.
Yeah.
It just, so if that's happening and we're like, okay, actually, we'll give you a 50% discount on pricing. And it's okay, well, yeah, absolutely. We want to dominate our market. We want to be extremely difficult to dislodge once we've got our foot in that space. And that one level up for us is any available asset advantage we can create, that anyone who just has a look at it just says, we're going to go with them because they.
Okay. It's just so long-winded, bro. Like I mentioned on the other call we reviewed, you need to get involved in their waffling. Okay, so we're just talking about it, stop him and say, okay, what do you mean by that? Okay, because I'm bored watching this now. But if you're talking and you're both communicating together and it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, and it's communicating, we're actually going somewhere, the conversation is interesting for both of you.
Yeah.
And it avoids you then just nodding and saying, okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm with you, man.
We've got this as well. Because as you know, the competition is for engagement and access. And we've pretty much ticked all the boxes in other areas, but our competitors also have those spaces, although there's some that.
Okay, what other areas have you ticked? Okay. What's his guy's name?
Bidemi.
So, Bidemi, is it important now you take that step and you can overcome your competitors? Yeah, it's important now, Mazri. But why now? Why not in a month's time? Then he starts to realize, right, this guy's right, man. I'm inspired. Let's go. When's the second call? When's the second call? I need this app built ASAP. Okay, but Demi, don't you think your competitors might be thinking to do the same thing? Making him move faster.
We still know we've got a competitive advantage,
Yeah.
but it's making sure that we solidify that advantage.
Solidify and maintain it. Yeah.
And exactly. And
Strengthen as well. Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
Whereby even
Just increasing the gap. Yeah.
Precisely. Well, that's it. Just making the gap ever so wider, where even if they are able to.
This is just like a friendly chat. There's no authority here. There's no, I'm the person that's going to make sure you're overcoming your competitors.
Yeah.
You're the guy that's in authority, so you can't just let him waffle. You need to get control of this conversation.
To acquire the resources will just
Already
potentially
be doing something else.
Exactly. We're already so there we'll constantly be playing catch up. And also for insight as well, if we do choose to acquire any of our competitors, it just makes it easier because we're just so much better, and we can better negotiate pricing.
Love
So
it.
actually, we don't need you, but you know.
Also, sorry to interrupt you, but our call was scheduled to end in.
Stop saying sorry, bro. It's your call. If you have to stop him, you have to stop him.
Well, tell me what you think about. Tell me what you think about what I'm about to ask him, though.
Okay, I would. Let me just touch on this, bro. Those little words you say is so important. Like, thank you for taking the call. Sorry to stop you there. He's putting you below him, and you're putting yourself below him already. He needs you. You don't need him.
In a minute, but are you able to go over?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah,
perfect. Just want to double check. But yeah, lovely. I love it.
An extra 15 minutes thereabouts.
Perfect. But yeah, love it. And yeah, that's great. What are you gonna do with all the extra revenue? Are we going to Chelsea game or what?
Well, you know, director's box is on the billing.
Okay, so which bit do you want to talk about? This bit, that bit that just happened?
No, when I was like, so basically the reason I interrupted him was because the call's 30 minutes and it was going over. We always do that. We always say, are you good to go over?
Okay. Okay. You can't, don't ask him because it's your call. It's your calendar. I know I'm over exaggerating this authority because it's so big in B2B. You need to show that you're competent. So let me just stop you. So the call's gone over 30 minutes, just to let you know. Okay.
Like right now.
Already, we are involved in quite a few initiatives that's helping us maintain that gap. But those are things that anyone, as you know, in business, similar to everything AI now.
Another thing that's really important, you need to see if he's speaking to any other app developers. So, what's his name? Barnett TV. Let's just call him Barnett TV. Barnett TV, have you not tried to speak to any other companies to build this app? No. Why not? Because you mentioned it's urgent to overcome your competitors. So why haven't done anything?
You know, either they will.
Are you confident that the current approach gets you to that widened gap that you want, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I wasn't convinced, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you. You know, but I'm convinced that this particular it's apps are not new.
Yeah.
How you use apps and you know the level of engagement you get with apps is what's different. Where we sit.
The first time somebody says it to us, they're always explaining this. So yeah, exactly, spot on, man. Spot on.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's what you do with it, how you position it, and how you leverage on it. That's the single most important thing, and that's where I see it as, like you said, the one level up. Already over the last few months, I've been working on the positioning side of things, and every time I've done a significant amount of research, I'm like, this is actually going to be something that would take us to that that extra offering that makes it like, because some of the organizations we're going to be dealing with are government departments as well, and a lot of times they constantly are looking for, similar to ourselves, they're looking for that one level up, that one level more that provides them more access, that little extra. And if you notice your competitors aren't doing something, it will be wise for you to understand why they're not doing it. But then again, like I mentioned, we already have a certain level of first mover advantage in what we're doing.
Yes.
Because we already have that, we have to ensure that we maintain that
and strengthen and widen the gap. Yeah, honestly, you've put it very clearly. So thank you for making it easy. Thanks so much for that. I know exactly like what's going on now. So thank you for sharing all that.
You don't realize, but he doesn't realize as well. But that was quite rude, bro. Your body language, you were slouching. You're like, yeah, that's all right. So that makes more sense, man. Thank you for summarizing it. And you're moving on. Those little small details
So just to recap and make sure that I understood correctly. So basically where you are is, you guys are already the first movers, like you just said. You have
Everything you just said there, you didn't listen to anything. You just stood back up. Because you were bored of the conversation because you're making him waffle. And when someone just waffles at you, you're just bored. Like you're just like in a lecture. And that's why you just kind of, thank you for explaining everything. I'm back awake now. Let's move on. I need you to pay. Let's move on.
that leverage. You've been doing what you're doing with media around, mainly focused on the local area, and you do advertising and things like that. Well, you've had this idea for a few years that would help you just widen that gap and give you that dominance to level up you and Barnet TV and take it to a whole new place where you can just find more opportunities. You're also more focused on actually just growing instead of widening the gap because they're playing catch up, things like that. So that is the point B that you are trying to get to.
We want them to always keep playing catch up.
Yes. Okay. So is that a fair, accurate
Yeah,
summary
absolutely.
of what you're aiming for?
Absolutely.
Got you. Okay. So yeah, with everything you've told me, like I told you at the start of the call, I need to ask a few questions to see, is this something that I can feel like we can help you with? Based on everything you've told me, yeah, 100%. It sounds amazing.
Excellent.
It sounds very exciting. We've worked a lot with a lot of founders in a similar situation where they have a business or they have some.
Every salesperson is going to say, we're going to help you. This is a B2B offer and it's 2 calls, 2-3 calls that you do it. You need to say, okay, based on everything you gave me, we might be able to help you, but I need to check back with my business partners, see if we've even got the capacity to take on this work as we're really busy right now. And then I'll let you know on our second call if we can help you and the investment required. Bang. These people are fucking busy. They don't even know if they can help me. But they'll try and squeeze me in. He'll try and speak to his business partners and let me know. You see the difference? No, that's the powers of it. Everyone just
the
like,
thing is about what you're saying now. The issue is he did that to me. You'll see how the call ends. I
Okay.
mean, you'll see.
Something and they want to create an app or a web app on the back of that just pushes it or goes hand in hand with it in some way. So we've definitely done that. You can even look at our website and see some of the apps we built and things like that. So yeah, everything sounds great. I do have one more question because with this big vision in mind, with the whole big picture, we love that. We love to know that because we want to support you in the best way possible to get to that. But with that big vision in mind, it's important to first lay the foundations. What I mean by that is, have you heard of an MVP?
I have heard of it. I actually did some research, but I'll be honest, it's early, a few months ago now.
Yeah. So an MVP is just a minimum viable product. So what that means is the first version of your platform, basically, like, if your platform was to come, if this app or web app was to come out tomorrow, what are the must-have features that have to be on there? Otherwise, it's not what it's supposed to be. Like the core features, not the fancy stuff yet, just what the must-haves that fulfills what the core purpose of the platform is for you. So the reason I'm talking about that is people always talk about MVP and it's important. And like I'm saying right now, we're focused on that. But the reason the MVP is important is it's not just a minimal viable product. What we call it internally is it also has to be a minimum evolvable product and something that can get and something that can get you to product market fit, which is what you were saying about like the positioning and things like that. Product market fit is basically just a term to put everything that you explained in one. Yeah, so that's what you were talking about. That's why I was like, oh, amazing. So yeah, what I mean by all this is the issue with a lot of founders that we see, and Eric and Franz have been founders themselves. They've built apps themselves, and they've been in this for over a decade. They can tell you, especially in today's world with AI and things like that.
No. Stop trying to validate what you're saying by referring to these 2 guys that you close for. Because this guy's going to be like, because you'll get someone that'll be like, I want to speak to Francis and them if they're best and they've been in the game for that many years.
Yeah. The issue is that people spend months, sometimes years, to get their MVP out because they spend all that time trying to perfect it, to put the perfect first version out. You can maybe make an argument for that 9 years ago, but not in today's world with AI, especially because the whole point. So what I mean is, I always tell people the best research you're ever going to do for version 2 of your platform is version 1 itself, and the best research you're ever going to do for version 3 is version 2 itself, because you're not reacting to opinions or hypotheticals or what ifs. You're reacting to real user behavior, real feedback, things like that. That's what you really need, especially in today's world, because what happens now is back then MVPs used to take like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months to build. In today's world, you can build an MVP in a few weeks, 1 month, 2 months, because of new technology and AI and things like that. So while you spend, not you obviously, to someone.
So back then, Barnet TV, it used to take 5 years to set up an MVP. Barnet TV, how long do you think it takes now? I don't know. 4 weeks, Barnet. That tension and that like, shit, these guys are going to be good, man. It's not going to be 5 years, it's just 4 weeks. You're involving him in this mission. You're showing that you're part of the mission with him.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And while they spend a year to perfect their MVP, someone else has spent that same exact year putting out 5, 6 different versions of their platform, and they got to the ideal version of their platform in the end through iteration. The only difference is this person was just doing hypotheticals all along for that year and didn't get anything out of it. The other person, while testing and iterating, had people actually paying to be on the platform and gaining revenue and getting real feedback and iteration and things like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So our goal is to understand what is the must-haves for your platform, the 3 to 5 core user journeys. Like, for example, if you open Uber, all you need Uber to do is you need to be able to order a ride. The rider needs to be able to see it, accept it. You guys meet, they take you. And of course, the rating and things like that. That's the core purpose of it. So for your platform, if Barnet TV application was to come out tomorrow, what are the must-haves for it?
Oh, yeah. I will probably have to go back and look at everything, purely because.
You don't have to tell me exactly the features. You just have to tell me the purpose of it, because usually we help to map out those features.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's usually like 3 to 5 core user journeys, but don't worry, we can do that. It's just what does it have to do? Like if I was the user of Barnet TV app, I was the target, what do I need to be able to get in terms of outcome through that?
Okay. In terms of outcome, one of it would be instant access to our video content.
Okay.
Via that. And then the next one, which I think is incredibly valuable to most residents.
That's good. Sorry, I don't really praise you, do I? That's good. He was avoiding the
No,
question.
I need the feedback of the things to improve on. So
Yeah. So that was really good because he was trying to avoid your question, but you then say, okay, let's say if I join now, what will happen? That's showing your authority. So well done.
Is notification of what's happening around them. So whether there's a concert or a council meeting or whatever, that instant notification that just pops up and says, oh, this is happening based on potentially their preferences. Yeah. So whereby we can take their preferences in terms of the content they want to watch and the local news they want to consume. And based on those things, they can get notifications instantly that, oh, this service is available now, or this restaurant. So if they say, oh, I like eating out locally and there's a new restaurant somewhere, we want to instantly be able to tell them this is already there now. Whereby they value, because one of the single biggest challenges locally is some people live on one end of the bar, others live at the other end. Nobody knows what's going on. A new nursery is starting. Parents don't know. Because they don't know. And I think that's where the commercial aspect comes in terms of
this is where the nurseries themselves will benefit from you.
Absolutely, because based on our subscribers, we can say we can get X amount of people instantly.
Got you. Okay, so that piece clear as day. Is there anything else?
For now, no. This is those are the two core.
Lovely. Okay, perfect. So like I said,
tonality and authority building. Barnet TV. Is there anything else that we need to go over?
Everything you're giving me is clear. Sounds exciting. So we've had, like I said, many people in similar situations. So what we do for those people is, like I said, we just, after this call, what I'll do is I'm going to send you a summary email of everything you spoke about. It's just nice to have it to refresh. We're going to book a second call where we'll go over more details and things like that. Between now and the second call, I'm going to speak to our development team. I'll tell them, like, what we spoke about, what your idea is, what the goals are, things like that. And then they will give me a detailed proposal of how we will build this, all the details that we will go over in the second call. What usually happens is, after that second call, if everything makes sense, we move forward and then we start building and focusing on the MVP. After the MVP, like I told you earlier, it's not like we give it to you and disappear. Our goal is to stay there to help you evolve it. Remember, I was talking about minimal evolvable products to help you evolve it. So when you're getting feedback, you have a technical arm next to you to like make those iterations and things like that.
That's very important to me as well.
Yeah, so that's our vision, is to be like your CTO without the equity. So we are your like technical partner. We take care of the technical side so that you can actually build the business, focus on the marketing and whatever else. So that is the goal. Do you feel like that's what you are looking for to help you get to where you're trying to be?
Yeah, 100%.
Why is that? Just make sure we're on the same page as well.
Yeah, because that's exactly, because I'm not looking at just, someone who's, oh, we're going to do this for you and that's it. Here you go. Thank you very much. I'm looking for a trusted business partner who understands what I'm trying to achieve, can deliver on what I'm trying to achieve, but also can support it, and where we need to build better versions of it, they're on hand to do that as well. So yeah.
Got you. Okay, and to get you, to that like point B that we were talking about, where you have to edge that level up. In terms of investment as well, did you have a budget sensitivity in mind? Because I saw in the form you said you didn't have a max budget. Did you have something in mind at all?
No, I don't have a max budget. Obviously, I'm, as with all business.
So talk about the investment from the start. Say, okay, Barnet TV. You put that you don't have a maximum budget for this. Is that correct? Okay, Barnet TV. The current business budget, how much have you set aside then to spend into this? Don't let him go away saying he doesn't have a maximum budget. Okay, it's $1 million there. Find out, talk about the money from the start. And that way, once you've talked about the money from the start, when he keeps sharing these ideas, you then start telling him, okay, that might fit in the budget. We need to increase that budget. So everything he's talking about, you're always referring him back to this investment. Don't talk about this at the end. We need to have a budget, Barnet TV. So when we talk about the second call, we know the sort of plan to create for you.
Yeah.
You see that project?
Give me a ballpark figure. I can't give. Okay, what would be suitable if I say you've got to pay now that you've got available in the company? £20,000. Okay, can we say the maximum budget is £20,000 then?
Yeah,
That's it. You need to get that out of him. Don't let him control the car.
He everything seemed good, but he's basically, again, this is a mistake I made in the first call with the decision making. He
Okay.
has to speak to his directors. He's the decision maker, so he tells them the decision, but he has to delegate it to them for them to like then manage the project and whatever. So I'm supposed to speak to him soon. He did email as well after, but you see what I'm saying? Like, because of the way I handled the first call, it took too long. So I'm positive that both actually could cause, but again, not as efficient.
Talk to me about the offer, man. How's the offer going for you, though?
The offer's going good. Leads are coming in as you can see, like this guy Bedemi and Jerv, they're good leads. It's just how to handle them, really.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing good. Things are moving. That's why, like, with all these different, because you see this approach of like you said, it's just like two people having a conversation. There's no authority, there's no this.
Yeah.
I feel like that was more suitable for the old leads that we had, because sometimes I was speaking to like mothers of 4 kids and grandmas and things like that. So they were just like, they just needed good vibes. I wasn't gonna like.
That's
So
more
they.
B. That's sorry to
That's what I'm
stop you.
saying.
That's more B2C. This is
Mhm.
B2, where as soon as you get on that call, they've looked at you straight away and they've seen, is this person competent to take me to where I want it to take me? Are they going to solve my problems?
Mhm.
A guy with headphones on, looking so close to the screen with no background, I don't think he's going to solve my problem. You got to think
Yeah.
about it. You're not famous. You've not got any credibility right now.
Mhm.
So we'll start the call talking about, the business partners. I just saw at the front end. You're just an employee. You've told them already you're an employee,
Yeah.
and I'm not that important. And whenever
Mhm.
you're saying stuff, you say, "Oh, but they've been in the business for 9+ years, so you can cross check with them." No, we've been in the business for 9+ years.
Yeah.
Business partner. The authority is really important there.
Yeah. That's why I
What?
messaged you when we started getting these leads, because I knew I had to make some tweaks and
Yeah.
change the way I handle these calls.
Yeah, perfect, bro. No, but you'll get there, man. You get there. You know what to do now. What am I going to
Sure.
say? So overall on this offer, how much do you say you've cash collected on this offer?
On this new one?
No, on this offer, that since I put you in this offer, how much would you say you've cash collected?
Oh, I don't even know. Since the very start,
Yeah.
I've generated for myself about how much is. I've got to go back and check, but somewhere between. I'm just running it now. I'm converting it. Somewhere between like $12,000 to $20,000.
That you've made for yourself.
Yeah, like total.
That's
Somewhere there.
great. So $20,000 you've made. That's really good, bro. In what time frame has that been?
Actually, wait, is that Canadian or US? I think it's Canadian. Hold up. So that would be in US. That would be more like 8 to 15.
It's $15,000. That's good, man. In the space of how long has it been? It's been less. How long would you say?
It's been say 4-ish months. But there was
4
1 month where there was a whole month zero. Like we switched off everything. We were changing the offer.
So let's say 3 months. In 3 months of actually working on this offer, working and getting leads, you've made 15K. So that's 5K a month, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not well done, bro.
We got to level up now, man. We got to level up.
What's it called? What's that target again? 10K.
The target right now, because I feel like back then when I first time I spoke to you, I was just throwing numbers. I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do with the numbers. You know what I mean? But now I know what I want. So I would say, yeah, 8 to 10.
Okay.
That's the next target. A month, yeah, for sure.
What would you say? What would you say life is like now for you, bro?
Life is like now compared to then.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, like I've got more. I've improved a lot, not just in terms of skills. I've got a lot more experience, but also like obviously the income side of things. I have some plans that I'm excited about, things like that. I'll probably see you in Chango soon. 'Cause that's where I'm headed next. So yeah, just allows me to, put some plans together that I couldn't put together before.
Structure. structure,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, I have more control. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that you're in control, man. But yeah, perfect, bro, perfect. So if you ever want me to review more of your calls, bro, don't hesitate to ever message me, man.
For sure, bro. I'll send you some. I think the next ones I'll send you are the 2 second calls I had with these guys. Because the
Okay, but
second call, when you're presenting something, it's a bit more challenging. Because it's like, how do I make it like a two-way, like you said, and not me presenting and just blasting information of like a presentation, like it's a lecture. That's what I try to avoid.
yeah, but perfect, bro. But bro, it's been a pleasure, man. I've got a call now in 6
Yeah,
minutes,
it's
bro.
late, eh?
Yeah.